Hello, my name is Flatty Hazelnut, and in this video I am going to show you the basic operations of your new Kustom Classics Gen 5 car. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the box. If you purchased one, it will send you a box into your objects folder. Locate it. Here I have a box for the KK66 Mustang Gasser 2011. That's a Gen 5 car. Go ahead and drag that box out onto the ground. And sometimes you'll get the open command that, the picture of the little box there that opens, and sometimes you won't. You can either click on it and open it, or sometimes you'll have to right click on the box and then go to open. And it'll open it up and then say copy to inventory. And it'll send you a landmark and a note card with the instructions. You can read the instructions and then close it, close the landmark. And here it's created a folder with your car in it. You can go ahead and delete this box. And now you have your new car in a folder. To drive the car, go ahead and drag the car out onto the ground. The Gen 5s, you'll notice down here it says loading options, please wait. You have to wait for this car to finish loading before you get in it. Okay, it's finished loading. Now we can get in it if we want. Most of our newer cars are going to have opening doors and trunks and whatnot, depending on what the style of the car is. To operate these, you just click on the part that opens, which would be your door, your hood, trunk. And to close them again, you just click on the same panel. These doors will only open if the car is rezzed out and you're not in it. Once you get in it, it kills all the scripts for this, so the doors won't open once you're inside the car. To get in the car, we're going to right click on a wheel, and you're going to see the option jump in. Choose yes to attach the body. It's going to put one up in your inventory there. You can go ahead and close your inventory. You also want to remove or turn off any AOs that you have on. You should have done that before you got in the car. If you don't do that, sometimes the car is going to sit all askew and everything. Basic operations for the car are your arrow keys. Up arrow key makes you go forward. The down arrow key makes you go back. Left and right make you go left and right. To shift up and down through the gears, you're going to use page up and page down. And you'll notice when you're in drag mode, it'll automatically align you. Click anywhere on the car and it'll bring up the menu. And we have set mode. This is going to decide whether you're in drag mode or whether you're in road mode. In road mode, the car handles a little bit better, and it won't auto downshift. In drag mode, the car auto downshifts when you stop or back up. So we'll drive around a little bit in road mode. Let's see what it. Road mode, your car fishtails a little bit. And in road mode, if you want to do donuts or slide around the corner or whatever, you can hit the shift key and an arrow key, and it'll turn you around. It'll only do this in road mode. It will not do it in drag mode. other option is your camera option. And you have floating and driver. Driver's basically going to be mouse look. I'm in floating now. We'll switch it to driver. Now it puts you inside the car and a little bit louder. And when you're inside the car, if you want to adjust it or anything, there's a hidden panel right above the steering wheel. You hit Control-Alt-T, you'll see that red panel right there. You right-click Edit, and this will send you to the Contents menu, and then you can get to the Configure card from that, and I'll explain all that probably in another video. We can go ahead and close that out. And these cars will automatically set the return when you res it out. So if you don't set a return point, it'll return to the spot that you res the car out. But let's go ahead and set a return point now. Click Set Return, and you'll see down here it lists the position that it's going to return to. This means that every time I make a run and I click return, it's going to bring me right back to that spot. So let's get lined up here to race. You pull up to the staging boxes. You don't have to be perfectly aligned because the car has a function for that. In here, it has a line up, and that'll automatically line your car up. So now that we have all that set, we'll pull up here and stage. Shift all the way up into high gear, and wait for the lights. I have no idea what they're set for. And then when you get to the end of the track, just click on the car, hit the return button, it's going to bring you back to the spot you were at. And it'll automatically downshift for you as well. See, I'm in first gear again. That way you won't go zooming down the track. As you notice, this car was set for class racing, so the gears weren't set for Open Pro. And the other buttons are kind of self-explanatory. You got your burnout button. This is going to let you do a burnout. Rev button revs the car up. Park button is gonna shut all the sounds off. So it's nice and quiet. And when you want to start it back up again, just hit park again. Or actually, oh, there's a button for startup. Start your car back up. And any kind of adjustments that you're going to do to the car, again, would be via the note card. And that would, you would right click on a wheel or that panel that I showed you above the steering wheel. And there's a Gen 5 config settings note card in here. And that's going to have your gears and your turn ratio, and we have little lines here that kind of tell you what each one does, and I'll go over tuning the car in another video. But let's, real fast, we'll change my top gear for Open Pro, which would be 999. Then save that. Close it. Let's pull up and stage again. And you really don't need to line up perfect either before you stage, because it has auto align when you upshift. I'll show you that. Here, I'll stage again. Once I've staged, go all the way up into gear and see it automatically line the car up for me. And this time we're going to go a little bit faster. And hit return again. It's going to take me back to that same spot. When you're done with your car, simply stand up. Get out of the car, wait for it to finish loading. Click on the roof or another body panel that's not going to open. Go ahead and click delete, and it'll delete both parts. And that is the basics of your custom classic car.